All right, this is an absolutely spectacular morning here in Carmel, one of the true jewels, I think, anywhere along a coastline in the world. Take a look at the big waves there in the Pacific Ocean. Let's talk about some big names inside the 49ers building, because there's been some news this morning, two pieces of Washington Commanders news, actually, that might be related as far as their impact on the 49ers. First off, 49ers assistant GM Adam Peters, Washington has requested to interview him for their GM, their general manager role. And this is nothing new. Adam Peters has been getting GM interview requests for a couple seasons now, but the Bay Area native and the 49ers fan growing up, he's stayed put with the 49ers so far. Other piece of news is that Washington hired former Warriors general manager Bob Myers to help run its franchise. Now, there's a potential connection here. The literal connection. Both Peters and Myers went to UCLA. Myers played basketball at UCLA and Peters played football at UCLA. I don't think they quite overlapped because Bob Myers is about 4 years older than Adam Peters, but they certainly know each other because ever since Bob Myers resigned as the Warriors GM, he's been at a lot of 49ers games. He's obviously connected with the 49ers front office, so it would stand to reason that he, along with any right-minded person who is trying to run an NFL franchise, would be interested in bringing in Adam Peters to take some of the magic, some of the formula that the 49ers have applied to turn around the franchise in question. Adam Peters is, I think, so important to what the 49ers do. Irreplaceable? Well, the 49ers have a system going, and I think the top of the system is John Lynch. I think that he's probably the ultimate secret sauce to the 49ers system because of how well he's delegated responsibilities and executed things. But when you look at how well the 49ers have drafted in the middle to late rounds, that is a direct testament to how well their scouting department communicates with the coaching staff. Because they have to really snipe here. They have to really be zeroed in on exactly the skill sets that they need on their team when they're picking with these later picks. Because it's not like you're going after first or second rounders when you're down in that 5th, 6th, and 7th round. And the fact that the 49ers have built the strongest roster in the NFL with their later round picks means that the head scout, Adam Peters, deserves a whole lot of credit. Ultimately, Adam Peters is going to get a big GM job elsewhere. But I always remember my first conversation with him in 2017 when he talked about meeting Joe Montana in an elevator when he was growing up. His young guy met Joe Montana in an elevator at Candlestick Park. Starstruck. He's working his dream job. From Cupertino, it's going to take something real to pull Adam Peters away from the 49ers. But when that real opportunity comes, and if Bob Myers is able to lure him over to Washington, if this is the right job for Adam Peters, 49ers are going to have to get to work replacing him. This is the type of stuff that happens every single year, though, for a really high-functioning franchise like the 49ers. It's not going to just happen to the executive side, too. It's going to happen to the coaching ranks. I guarantee you the teams are going to request permission to talk to 49ers defensive coordinator Steve Wilks and other candidates for their head coaching opportunities or their coordinator opportunities if it's a lower level 49ers assistant. Success breeds opportunities. Bill Walsh understood this. Bill Walsh embraced it. It's called the spirit of abundance. He didn't mind if his assistants left, taking away some of the 49ers secrets elsewhere, because he knew that fostering a culture of growth within his own organization would make his organization stronger. And Kyle Shanahan hasn't minded that either. Every single season, we see coaches go elsewhere, from Robert Saleh to Mike McDaniel to DeMeco Ryans, who might win Coach of the Year this year. So brace yourselves. The season for poaching is here. But so far, the 49ers have kept that ship rolling, despite the fact that they've lost coaching talent, despite the fact that they've lost executive talent. And again, that goes back to John Lynch. That goes back to the top of the organization, running a healthy business, running a healthy culture. If the 49ers continue sustaining that healthy culture They're going to continue producing opportunities for individuals within their framework, and it's nothing to freak out about. There is one surefire sign that you're doing things very, very right, either in the sports world or the business world, and I think that the 49ers have married the sports and the business world together, and I think that's how they've been able to get ahead of the rest of the league. And that one sign is that people are trying to imitate you, or people are trying to take your employees, take your people to make them their own people. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So we can really measure how respected the 49ers are around the league based on how many interview requests they do get here over the next few weeks. And Adam Peters from the Washington Commanders is that first interview request. Now, look out for Bob Myers. Again, the Warriors obviously have seen their share of success. They saw a ton of it, 4 titles under Bob Myers. He's been with the 49ers. We know that connection between the two franchises. They're both in the Bay Area. Well, Bob Myers, I think, understands what the 49ers have built in the football world, and he will not be shy to try to emulate it where he's at over in Washington. But that's the problem that you want to have if you're the 49ers. Now, the 49ers might have an ace up their sleeve in case Adam Peters does indeed reach a point where he's about to get hired somewhere else and San Francisco really wants to keep him. And that would be to promote Adam Peters to a general manager role, to give him the actual GM title and move John Lynch up to a president's role, some kind of CEO-like position. It's unclear, though, how those dynamics would work, if that'd be agreeable to Adam Peters, because sometimes you just want to be the guy. I think right now Adam Peters is happy with the 49ers because he's in a position where it's not as forward-facing. He gets to work his passion in his home area. He's, again, from the Bay Area, and he obviously has this juggernaut underneath him. But at a certain point, you do expect everybody to want to move on to try to tackle that next challenge. And it's going to be fascinating to see on a yearly basis what that's going to look like from Adam Peters in his career.